I want to make a game, but I don't want to do it alone. Greetings and salutations! My name is MKayJay, and today I want to talk a bit about game development and an idea I've had growing in my head over the last couple of months. As some of you might know, I made a game called Break Stuff with Coins, which I released on Steam in May 2018, along with a free content update 10 months later. This kind of reminds me I still need to update some artwork on the Steam store due to the new Steam update, but that's not important now. So why do I mention this game? Well, for quite a while now I've been itching to get back into game developing and make a new game, but between working, doing YouTube, writing a book, and family life, I don't have the time to start making a new game. If I really want to make a new video game, I would need to reprioritize what I do, either by reducing work, writing, or YouTube. I probably shouldn't cut down on family time. I think I'm spending enough time on all the other stuff already. After thinking about it for some time, I realized that maybe I don't need to cut down on any of these. Instead, maybe I could combine at least two of these things, YouTube and game development. But if I were to do that, how would that work? I've written down a lot of ideas during the years, and usually what I do when I start making a new game is to pick up one of those ideas and start prototyping it. In many cases, I did this by participating in Ludum Dares, which is a great opportunity to prototype ideas or generate new ones. As a side note, most of the game footage you see right now is from my Ludum Dare entries. After I've done a prototype, I do one of two things. I wrap it up so that the game is playable and beatable if applicable, and then I consider it done. Alternatively, I continue to develop it into a fully fledged game. The game footage that you see running in the background right now is from a horror game that I worked on for about a year. This was actually my debut 3D game, and I learned a lot about 3D modeling by making this. I even wrote a storyline and scripts for cutscenes, and I did quite a lot of work on it. But eventually the whole horror vibe kind of got in my head, and I started having pretty intense nightmares, and generally it affected my everyday life. So eventually I decided that I had enough of that. Anyways, let me get back on track. In short, I pick up an idea, I make a prototype, and either I park it or continue to develop it into a game. But this is how I would normally do it, so what is different? Well, my idea was to not make a game alone, but to make it together with you, the community. So how would this work as a community project? I think there are several ways this could go, depending on the interest from you, the community. The very least would be, I come up with an idea, start developing it, and share progress via my videos, and you guys give your input and feedback based on that. We could spice that up by making recurring live streaming sessions, where I do everything from coding, level design, story writing, texturing, or 3D modeling, of course depending on what kind of game we end up making, and then you can give immediate input and feedback. To take it a step further, you, the community, could potentially contribute more directly with things like graphics, sounds, or even code. Of course, there's a lot more that goes into this, like having a roadmap so you guys can keep up with what exactly is going on and further influence the process maybe. Do keep in mind that depending on what project, if any, we decide to start on, it could easily take several years before we are done, depending on the scope of the project of course. The only thing I know for sure right now is that I want to make a game, and I want to make a game that I would want to play. Otherwise, I would never be able to finish it. So now, I throw the ball into your court. Are you interested in joining me on this journey? Would you like to have influence on a game being developed, either directly or indirectly? Do let me know in the comments down below. If this idea has enough interest, I'll definitely move forward with it. Thanks for your time. I hope you enjoyed the footage of my prototypes from the last decade that I've made, and I hope I caught your interest with this idea I have. Don't forget to leave a like, especially if you're interested in this idea, And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so already. That'll make it quite a lot easier to join us in this process. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and you'll see me in the next video.